Just like a garden, your mind needs to be tended to because everything you feed your mind will be reflected back to you. So it only makes sense that we are intentional with what we allow inside. There are so many things I had to let go of once I realized that I was the creator of my own reality because the expense of the negative experiences were not worth it anymore. It's not about being paranoid or living in fear. In fact, that's the exact opposite. It's about feeding your mind with all that is good, obviously because you love yourself and because you want to experience the best. In science, there's something called the reticular activating system, a network in the brain that acts like a mental filter. It takes in all the information around you, but only allows in what it considers important. And what it sees as important is based on what you've been focusing on, your repeated thoughts, beliefs, and intentions. So even though everything exists around you, your brain doesn't show you everything. It only shows you what aligns with where your focus and awareness are. Meaning, it only shows you what you've been focused on. That's why two people can be in the same situation and have completely two different experiences and two different perceptions. This is so because they are tuned into different things, into different ways of thinking. From a spiritual perspective, this means you create your experiences by where you place your attention. The more you focus on something, whether it's fear or abundance, love or lack, the more your mind filters the world to confirm the very thing you focus on. You begin to experience more of what you are focused on because the outside world only reflects what is going inside of you, and that is done through your awareness, through what you focus on. So in that sense, you shape your reality by where your awareness goes, by what you focus on. Therefore, reality is subjective and not objective. Even though we may be in the same house, the same world, we all experience reality differently, based on our thoughts. According to the Hermetic teaching, the first Hermetic principle, the law of mentalism, the all is mind, the universe is mental. The principle means everything originates from the mind. The external world is a projection of mental energy. According to the Bible, Proverbs chapter 23 says, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." In Philippians chapter 4 verse 8, it says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." Notice how we keep being told to only focus on what we want, to only focus on the good thoughts. According to quantum physics, especially in the observer effect, just by observing something, you influence how it behaves. Scientists discovered that tiny particles, like electrons, behave differently when someone is watching them. When no one is watching, the particles act like energy, full of endless possibilities. But when someone observes them, the particles settle into one specific outcome. So what does this mean for you and me? It means that your attention matters. Your mind isn't just passive. It interacts with the world around you. So depending on what you focus on and what you believe to be true, what you are observing begins to take form, or rather, become physical according to your own perception. This is why spiritual teachers say your thoughts create your reality. Because when you continuously think about something, you are observing it with your mind. And just by observing it, you are influencing how it shows up in your world. So whether it's fear, lack, love, or abundance, your focus feeds it into form, meaning your focus shapes it into becoming physical. Your focus feeds it into manifesting. And when we start to introspect on this, look at it this way. This is why when you constantly expect people to betray you, you only notice the actions that confirm it. Your brain literally tunes out the rest, and not only that, it even influences how they behave. Notice how one person can be seen in a completely different way depending on who they're in a relationship with. In one relationship, they could have been a really good partner, in another, completely horrible, in another, maybe even abusive. And then, in a different relationship, they could be extremely loving. Why is this? Because everyone perceives that person differently, so the person shows up as different versions of themselves, depending on who's looking. We all exist as multiple versions of ourselves in other people's realities, and the version someone experiences depends on how they see us. So, in this example, the observer is the partner, the one doing the perceiving. The particle is the person being perceived, the one responding to their perception. So, if the observer sees their partner as loving, they treat them as such, and the partner is more likely to respond with love. This is the observer effect in real life. The observer influences how the particle behaves, not through control, but through perception. And this is exactly how the mind creates. Your assumptions, your expectations, your focus, your beliefs all shape how people, situations, and reality responds to you. We've come to the end of today's video. I hope it brought you something meaningful. If you'd like support on your journey of conscious creation and mind reprogramming, I offer one-on-one coaching. You find the link in the description. Thank you for being here. Bye.